What is up, everybody? We're Rolling Audio here today on a very special edition of The Harder Show, a special Wednesday edition of The Harder Show, episode 59. The only podcast that's going to be happening this week because it's my birthday. Yeah, a little secret there if you didn't know. It is indeed my birthday today, and there's also my father's birthday today as well. And my sister's boyfriend's birthday as well. So we got a very busy day ahead of us, got a very busy week ahead of us. So there will only be one podcast this week, but it is a doozy. It is a very fun, awesome, exciting podcast. Just a short, about half-hour one here today, but it's worth it, guys, because it finally happened. It finally happened. I gotta set the scene for you here. So, birthday, came home from work. My wonderful girlfriend and her family got me this awesome new mixer. So if things sound a little different, that's why. I'm still figuring it out a little bit. So if there's any weird noises or anything of that nature, forgive me. Sometimes figuring out new mixers and that kind of thing. I need to upgrade my microphones now, but that is what it is. I'll get that another time. So I just wanted to try it out right away. And I'm sitting there, oh man, like I can't try it out by myself because that kind of defeats the purpose. So of course, my wonderful girlfriend, Miss Samantha Light, said she would help me. And make a long story short, I got about half an hour of a BS session in with her. And it was very, very cool, very exciting. I'm very happy about that. She finally was on the podcast. Talk about couple things, talk a little bit about some just mostly questions, things of like the first time we saw each other, that kind of thing. I asked her what her favorite podcast was, what she thought about the podcast when I first started doing it, and things of that nature. So it's a really fun little funny conversation. You guys kind of get a little insight almost behind closed doors in a way, because at first I wasn't going to post it. And then as the conversation kind of went on, I was like, no, I'm posting this. This is going to be a podcast. And she went along with it, so that's very cool. So big shout out to my wonderful girlfriend, Sam. Thank you, baby, for doing this. This is very awesome, very exciting. I'm so pumped. But before I go any further, I want to take a second to give a big shout out to my man, Mr. Jason Reese over at Jaybird Digital Arts. You guys should know damn well by now that if you need anything logo related, anything digital art media related, you hit Jason up on the web at www.jaybird.digitalarts. That's JAYBIRD, digitalarts.com. You can also find him on Facebook under the Jaybird Digital Arts handle. And of course on the Instagram under the Jaybird Digital Arts handle as well. And let him know that TJ sent you. Now this is not a fully PG podcast here today. Because I'm just hanging out with my girlfriend. Obviously, I let the four-letter words fly. So just keep that in mind if there are young ears listening. But I think it is still a very fun, interesting podcast. It finally happened, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you The Sam Light Show. Let's roll into it. Blocks the sound though.
Good. Now you can't hear me.
Good. Now you cannot hear me, Altair.
There's something stinky on your shoes.
Probably.
Somebody's not impressed.
Probably shit.
Someone's going to attack Steve.
Probably literal shit.
Literal
shit.
Opposed to
liberal
imaginary.
Shit. Get it? Liberal shit. Don't play with that. Rough. I'm tired as fuck.
But you're 25, so you're old.
I know.
You're half a decade and a half. You're 2 decades and a half, actually.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Pretty good.
Let us know.
I feel pretty good, actually.
Are you sure?
Considering I'm 25. Ask me some birthday-related questions.
What did you get for your birthday so far?
For my birthday, I received this wonderful Behringer
You don't even know what it's called.
1002B, which we are currently using, and it sounds fucking awesome. and it's so much lighter and smaller than my other mixer. I'm very excited
He's
about
even
that.
talking quieter. Guys, this is a miracle.
I know, I'm talking really quiet. I'm currently recording you and you're letting it happen.
Only because it's your birthday, and I hate you otherwise.
Yeah.
No.
But you got to learn to hold. You got to get dead on with the microphone.
I don't want to.
Well-
There's a tomato in your tree.
Where's there a tomato?
One tiny little cherry tomato.
What are you talking about? There's no tomatoes out
You
there.
sit where I'm sitting, or they're berries. See them?
Oh, that tomato.
Looks like a little baby
It's a
tomato.
berry, not a tomato.
Looks like a little baby tomato.
You're funny.
You're funny. How old are you?
I'm 25 years old as of today.
Who's on dog years?
I don't know. How
Who's
much?
on cat years?
I couldn't tell you. 25.
In dog years, you're old.
I'm
In
like
cat years, you're even older.
I'm like 150 in cat years.
Something like that. Probably.
Probably. Most likely. Any more birthday related questions?
What are you hoping that you get?
What I got?
What are you hoping that you get that you haven't gotten?
Amazon gift cards so I can buy more gear.
What if you don't get those?
Then I'll be happy with anything else. I already have the ultimate prize.
You're not putting this
The ultimate
online.
gift. I have you.
You're not putting this online.
This my gift. It is my gift from you to myself. It's only 2 minutes. God.
This is longer than 2 minutes. Thank you very much.
2 minutes and 59 seconds so far. And that's not this one particular clip. Because I've recorded multiple clips.
I know this. You lie.
This is what I have to do.
Forces his girlfriend into being on the podcast.
That's exactly what I did. So how does it feel?
Horrible. I hate it.
You absolutely hate it. Well, we're also, I didn't set anything up. Like, we're just holding the microphone. Very informal, short podcast today, obviously. We have things to do. It's my birthday, so I need to go celebrate. It's also my father's birthday.
Guess how old he is, guys? 20.
He's 27 years young. He had me when he was 2. Very, very impressive.
That's probably not even possible.
Probably not. We'd have to ask a doctor. I have no idea. I really don't know.
I don't think that's possible.
It's probably not possible, but it's also Dan's birthday. A lot of birthdays. Dan the man, Stan.
Poor Brittany.
Poor Brittany. Shoutouts to Brittany. Poor Brittany.
She has to buy all of you guys birthday presents.
Literally, she has to buy presents for 3 people.
I know. In one day. That's like Christmas.
It's a pain in the ass.
But you have to be born on your dad's birthday.
I wanted to.
On coming out.
I wanted to get out. I was sick and tired of being in the womb.
Guys.
I saw the light. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. It was a pretty exhilarating experience. Do you remember being born?
No, sir.
No, sir.
All I remember is being born at 7:30, according to my mother, a.m. And I came out blue and purple because my umbilical cord was wrapped on my neck.
Jesus.
And I almost died because the doctors didn't notice, and my dad was the one that pointed it out to them, so he got to cut it off my neck.
I just picture your dad, too. She's supposed to be that color.
Pretty much.
She's supposed to be that color? I don't think so.
So yeah, my birthday was pretty eventful.
Well, mine was, too. I was a preemie.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
I
TJ
know.
was indeed a preemie. I was born like 3 weeks too early.
And you weighed only 5 pounds.
I weighed 5.3 pounds. Thank you very much.
That's still 5 pounds.
And I was like, how long was I? What did
11
it?
inches or something.
I was like 11 inches long. So
Maybe 13.
I was a very, very small baby.
Baby.
And what the hell happened?
Small babies get big.
Apparently.
Big babies get small. My brother was 12 pounds. And now he's like 90.
Now he weighs like 8 pounds. Shout out to your brother. God. So this is fun. This is exciting.
This is weird.
It's not weird.
This is
What's so weird about it? Tell me what's so weird about
The
it.
fact that I'm going to have to listen to myself.
You're not gonna have to listen to anything if you don't want to.
Well, you're going to put it online so everyone else is going to have to listen to my
Yes, I am, but it's just gonna be a little short
annoying
thingy.
little voice.
It's just gonna be a little short thingy. It's gonna be fun. I'm so happy you're doing this.
It's
Even-
very funny how your voice changes when you talk to me.
Yeah, it
You have
does.
a little child voice.
Shut up. Would you let me talk like this, you fucking bitch? I hate you. Oh, yeah. That's what I thought.
Ladies and gentlemen, he apologizes.
I do indeed. I didn't mean it. So this is the beginning of Light at Night?
No.
No?
This is the end.
This is a one-time deal?
I'm putting everyone to bed.
You're putting everyone to bed?
I did the podcast. It's done. Mic drop.
Yeah, no, you can end off on a mic drop. You can drop that mic when we're done. I promise. I will let you do that. I have some more questions for you first, though.
Well, what are your questions?
I would like to know your very first thoughts upon seeing me for the very first time, in full honesty.
Well, if I remember correctly, I didn't have my glasses on, or did I?
You didn't, so
Yeah.
you couldn't actually see me.
So I was sitting on a bench, and I'm like, okay, so looking around, and then I see someone approaching, and then you kind of looked at me, and then you kind of looked away because you were like, is that her? I don't see any other gingers around.
I don't see any other judges around.
And then you came over, and we hugged, and my heart was literally in my feet. I was so nervous. And then, did we get in your truck?
No, we went
Or
to
we walk over?
we went over to Kelsey's and we
But
walked
did we
over.
walk over?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that we got in your truck and drove over.
No, I think we walked over.
Well, I was very nervous, but excited to finally see you.
Yes. For those of you who don't know, Sam and I met online.
Technically.
Technically.
Then found out that we had mutual friends.
Yes, quote unquote. We could have just easily met each other at the grocery store. And that's just the truth. We probably did.
Yeah.
So that was your response first time you saw me.
Yeah, I was very nervous and very excited.
Why were you so nervous?
Because you were very attractive to me.
Is that right?
Yes.
Am I still?
Yes.
Yes. Even with the beard?
Well, you had the beard when we first.
Yeah, but it wasn't like this though.
No, but
Just
you
a
had
little
a
more.
beard, and I was still attracted to you.
Well, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. How did I? Do you remember how I described myself to you? Like what to look for?
Leather jacket, beard.
Leather jacket, beard, fat guy.
You did not say fat guy.
I should have.
You just said look for a leather jacket in a black S10, and I'm like, I don't even know what an S10 looks like.
You remember my truck?
Yeah, I do.
I miss that little truck.
I don't. We had to buy ice to put it in the back so that we didn't skid.
That was our second date.
Yes,
Do you
we went to
remember?
Home
Do you
Depot.
remember?
We met
Yes.
up at Home Depot.
We met up at Home Depot in the drywall section.
Yeah.
That's the first time I met your mom.
My mom was very excited to meet you. She was all giddy. She thought you're the best thing ever.
I mean, I don't mean to brag, but I'm up to like 15 listeners a podcast now.
Ooh.
Big numbers there. I'm at over 2,000 total listens.
Oh my goodness.
I'm doing all right. And people keep saying, so when are you going to actually start like getting somewhere?
You are somewhere.
So you don't know me. I have everything I could ever want. Yeah. I wonder what I could be talking about.
I don't know.
I don't know either. So I have a veterinary question for you.
Uh-oh.
So I had someone ask me once. Today. I had someone ask me today.
Mm-hmm.
They just bought a guinea pig.
They just bought a guinea pig.
They just bought a guinea pig.
Okay.
And they're freaking out because it hasn't made a sound at all.
That's not.
And it was really noisy in the store.
Well, did they ask if it was handled?
I don't know. It probably wasn't. It wasn't from Pet Value.
Normally, if you get any small animal, guinea pigs are very vocal. They have different noises. If they're angry, they'll let you know. If they're happy, they'll let you know. If they don't want anything to do with you, they will let you know before they bite. But if the guinea pig is not making any noise, if they just got it, it's probably going to take 2 days or more for it to completely warm up. It's like any new animal. It's like bringing any new being into any new house. It's not used to anything. It's probably squeaking and stuff in the store because it's probably had a friend. So it was probably happy with the friend. But it was also probably, it had a routine. It was used to it.
And then when it's taken out of that routine,
they freak out.
They don't like change.
Guinea pigs are very social creatures.
And if it's not socialized,
then you gotta socialize it.
You heard it here first, kids. You gotta socialize your guinea pigs.
Fun fact: guinea
Fun.
pigs
Oh,
actually chatter their teeth when they're mad.
really?
It's not a very pleasant sound.
Do they grind their teeth or chatter?
No, they chatter their teeth.
That's a fun fact. Look at that. You learn something new every day, folks. Learn something new every single day. You know how many people are actually going to listen to this, though? Just because I'm going to say, like, Sam on the podcast?
2.
Like, literally 4 or 5 people are going to listen just because of that. They're going to go, oh my God, I want to hear Sam talk. And then they're going to go on. It's going to be so fun.
Only time this is happening, guys.
No, it's not.
Yep, never doing this
I
again.
can't believe how easy this was just to trick you into doing it. I didn't even trick you into doing it. You totally are.
It's your birthday. I have no choice.
Yes, folks. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Well, I want to try out my new board. Can you help me? Yeah, sure. Oh, damn.
Shout out to my mom and my sister for helping
Yes.
me pick out this present.
Shout out to Darlene and Jennifer. Big shout outs to them.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody who's currently listening. Shout out to everyone, all of, like the 30 people who wish me happy birthday on Facebook. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Woo!
I think I thanked everybody. It's a lot of people to thank. And I'm not one of those people. If there's one thing I hate, it's just there's me. Like when I like go out of my way to wish someone a happy birthday, like I don't just go happy like HB period. Like I'm actually like, hey,
Put a name drop there, but I didn't.
just be like, you know, hey, hey, friggin' Matt, happy birthday, dude. Hope you have a great one. And just he
Can
likes
we just
it.
pause for a second? I just want to say that Matt's Facebook post for your birthday was pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Shout out to Matthew Cannons. Like the 3rd podcast in a row who gets shout out. But if I'm like, hey, like happy birthday, you know, hope you have a good one. Like I put some effort into the message, and then they just like it, and then put up a mass status later that night. Oh, nothing pisses me off more.
Well, I mean, some people have like hundreds of people wishing them happy birthday.
Yeah,
It's
but
kind of hard.
it's the people who don't though.
I know.
Like
Maybe they just don't like you.
I just maybe fuck them then. How can you not like me? I'm a
I know,
nice
it's
guy.
pretty
I
impossible.
don't know. I'm a nice guy, right?
Depends on the day.
I'm an asshole sometimes. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how grumpy am I actually all the time?
All the time, or
Like just generally speaking.
2 maybe.
Really? I figured I'd be higher than that. In the morning, how grumpy am I?
Well, if you're just waking up and I'm asking you to do something, like a 10.
You don't ask me to do stuff. Well, unless you're like, hey, like let's go to the store. I'll be like, "Rah!" I give an attitude.
Or if you're literally just waking up and I'm like, hey babe, would you be a doll and make me a coffee? You just sigh and like grunt.
That's my size. Not to be confused with the famous Korean pop artist. The people want to hear this. This is what they're tuning into the Sam Light Show for.
This is the hotter show, not the same light show.
It's gonna be the Sam
Don't get
Light
it
Show.
mistaken.
Light at night. That's gonna be the.
It's never happening.
So who what's currently your favorite reality show? 'Cause I know there's a bunch you watch,
Probably
but
Teen Mom.
Teen Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teen Mom. Who's your favorite Teen Mom?
Ooh. Teen Mom OG or Teen Mom in
Teen Mom
general?
OG, because those are the ones that I know.
I'm gonna have to go with Macy and Caitlyn are definitely a tie.
Yeah, Macy's the one with the little girl.
No, Macy.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of someone else.
Caitlyn is the one with the
Yes,
little girl.
yes. No, I'm thinking of the second season one. She has a little girl in the wheelchair.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Leah.
yeah. I'm thinking of her. I got them mixed up for some reason.
They don't even look the same.
No, I don't know why I got them
The
mixed
reason
up.
I like Macy is because she's a Jins, and Jinses have to stick together.
Gingers have to stick together. So as a ginger, how much does it sucks not being able to go out in the sun?
I can go out in the sun, but I burn.
You can't really though.
I can't.
You melt.
Mm.
So who's pastier and whiter, you or my legs?
Probably about the same.
My legs are pretty pasty. Pretty pasty.
Pretty pasty.
Yeah, pretty pasty. You are very beautiful, you know that?
You're very handsome. Do you know that?
Thank you for sucking up to me on my podcast. I appreciate it.
And that's sucking up.
Yes, you are. You're sucking up big time.
I don't want you to post this.
Too bad. I will edit it, and I will maybe edit some stuff out, but the majority of it is going to stay in. Trying to think if there's anything else I've left to ask you.
I don't know, is there?
Oh, there's tons of stuff I've left to ask you.
Let's go.
So, I've always wondered.
Oh.
This is very curious. What were your thoughts, your honest, brutal thoughts? It's a two-parter. When I first told you I wanted to work at a music store, and when I first told you that Gigs was closing.
Well, let's start with when you told me Gigs was closing. I mean, we were talking about it back and forth, and you kind of had a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never seen you so, like, upset or, like, lost. Someone's coming downstairs.
Probably. It's okay. Keep on rolling. Going in the other room.
I've never seen you look so sad or lost before, so that was hard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you kind of had a feeling that something was going to happen. When you told me you wanted to work at a music store, I kind of figured that was coming.
I kind of figured.
Every time that we went into Gigs, you were, like, so ecstatic and, like, you lit up and you were totally in your element in Gigs. I don't think that you could have picked a better job.
Absolutely.
Even though you did pick that job.
Well, yeah. It's very interesting. Very interesting insight there. Because you were obviously around me that whole time.
Yeah.
You planned that sweet little surprise party. This time last year. Shouts to everybody who was there.
Not happening this year.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I don't want it to happen this year. Can't handle surprises 2 years in a row. I would lose it. So, what were your thoughts when I told you I was going to start doing the podcast? When I first showed you that little clip, do you remember what?
Well, if I'm being brutally honest.
Oh, this is next. Hang on a second. Ladies and gentlemen, Light at Night.
No. But in all seriousness, if I'm being honest, I didn't think that you were actually going to go through with it because over the past, like, 3 years-ish, you would always talk about wanting to do, like, oh, I should do a podcast. I'm so funny. Like, this is entertainment.
Obviously joking, but yes.
I know, but, like, joking all the time. And you would, like, come up with, like, little materials you could talk about, and then, like, a month later you'd be like, I should really do that. So when you presented it, I was like, okay, maybe he's a little bit more serious. And then when you did your actual first podcast and you set everything up, I was like, all right, he's serious.
This is
but you're
happening.
very good at what you do.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
How often do you actually listen to the podcast?
Well, you see, when you first started doing it, it was kind of hard because you were only posting the SoundCloud links.
Yes.
And I got to listen to a couple of them, not downloading SoundCloud, and then I had to download SoundCloud.
Yeah, then SoundCloud started being a bunch of coons about the whole thing.
So I couldn't listen
Pardon my
to
language.
a bunch of them. So anytime that you weren't home, I would try and listen to them when you had them saved on the computer. But I probably haven't listened to all of them.
Well, I mean, there's 58 of them, so I would assume not.
And you always do them when I'm at work, so.
Well, yeah.
So it's kind of hard for me to
That was the
listen.
whole point. Because I was something for me to do when you weren't around, when I was all bored.
Mm-hmm.
It was something for me to do. And now it's become so much more than that. Now it's just.
It's his life.
Now it is my life and my desire and passion. No, not really. But
Yes, really.
it's not my entire life. It is something that I enjoy doing on my free time when you're not around. Do you have a different opinion?
Touche.
Touche. So out of all the podcasts I've done that you've heard, what's been your favorite one so far?
Definitely the road rage one.
Yeah, because you relate.
That was really funny, and yeah, I can relate.
Because you just relate so hard.
Half of the things that you're talking about is stuff that you've probably heard me say before.
Yes, and stuff I've done before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's what's so funny about the whole thing. And even when I was doing it, because remember I said I wanted to do it with you first?
Yeah.
Because, like, we have really bad road rage, folks. It's pretty bad.
On a scale of 1 to 100, Who has worst road rage, me or you?
I would probably say you,
What am I on the scale?
because you're like a 90.
Not all the time.
No, okay, no, you're like a 70 because you wouldn't get violent.
I would never get out of my car and like get in someone's face, that's for sure.
Yeah, no. See, I would, depending on the situation.
No, I'm just aggressive in the car.
You could say that. I'm gonna record you one time when you're driving, and you're gonna listen and be like, "Oh my god!"
Please don't.
I'll put it on the podcast. It'll be friggin' hilarious. So I'm figuring out the board a little more now. Had a weird noise, but it's gone now. So hopefully things sound a little more better, guys. I gotta thank you again and your family for getting me this awesome board. I'm very excited about that. So everyone's gonna be talking about the Light at Night now. That is the Light at Night. Light at Night is your podcast that you're going to do. And you're going to talk about reality television and talk about all the gossip and everything. It's going to be great. It's going to be a 30-minute long podcast, and everyone's going to listen to it. That's my pitch. Or you can do it with Kendall.
It's not happening. None of that's happening.
Shout out to Kendall. Light and Finds at Night.
Not happening.
I think that's license to print money.
Nope.
But like people would listen to it. Come on.
Nope, not happening.
I tried, guys. I really did. But the Sam Light Show would work. It totally would work. Don't laugh at me. I'm tired. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. I worked 5 to 1, and now I gotta like party and stuff and be all energetic. And I don't know how I'm gonna do that because I'm very tired.
Same. We should have had a power nap instead of doing the
We
podcast.
should have power napped instead of doing the podcast. Oh boy. Do you have any final thoughts or questions or requests or anything of that nature before we sign off here?
I have a question.
Oh shit.
Why is it so important that I was on the podcast?
Okay, this is a big answer. So the podcast is something that I do obviously on my free time. It's something that I do find fun to do. It gives me an outlet for stuff and all that kind of thing. But the reason it was so important for you to be on it is because the reason that I fell deeply, madly in love with you was because I love just sitting with you and just like shooting the breeze and talking about anything. Shooting the breeze, yes. It's like shooting the shit, but like PG.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that like we could literally sit in a room and talk about anything for like 3 or 4 hours and not be bored. Mm-hmm. You know, that. So like, I'm just like, yo, like, I want everyone on the podcast because I talk about you all the time on the podcast, and like, I shout you out all the time, and like now it's like finally happened. People are gonna be so excited, and I'm so excited because now I can listen back to this and go, oh yes, that happened.
I'm telling you, only once. It's not happening again.
So even if Light at Night is like a paid show, you wouldn't do it?
Nope.
If you're making like a couple $100 every episode, you wouldn't do it? See, that's just stupid. Why would you not do it?
Give me a voice changer.
Once a week, half an hour of your time. Not even a full half hour. You'd literally have to... Like, I'll do the intros and the outros. Tonight on Light at Night.
No.
I think you should do it. So what's your jam right now before we leave? What's your jam?
What's my jam?
What's your peanut butter and jam?
Are you talking about song?
Yes. Is it
Don't
still?
Let Me Down.
Is it still Don't Let Me Down?
That Chainsmokers featuring Daya.
That is a pretty badass song
It is.
to do.
The bass is sick.
The bass is sick. Well, we have things to do, so we have to get going.
Birthday things.
Birthday things, yes, birthday things. But sweetie, thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
So formal. Thank you for having me. She's learning, folks. Instead of you started off sitting all the way back here, and like, you know, and or you were holding the microphone, and then I got the mic stands.
Yes.
So this last like few minutes is gonna sound and be way better probably, but it is what it is. I think we had some pretty interesting moments.
I think so too.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
You can't even lie to me. You enjoyed this a lot. You can't even lie to me. You can't laugh
I
at
enjoy
me.
spending time with you.
Well, I enjoy spending time with you too. Let's go spend some more time together.
Cheesy.
Cheesy. Okay, well, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Again, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Lame. All right, so that was my conversation with Sam. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This very special birthday podcast. I gotta run. We have obviously have things to do, birthday related. Thank you so much for tuning in, clicking that play button on today's episode of the podcast. No matter how you're listening, if you're listening on the SoundCloud, then be sure to hit that follow button and leave a like on this podcast. Comment your life away, of course. As always, I always love to hear from you guys. If you are on the YouTube, be sure to hit the hell out of that subscribe button. Leave a like or dislike on the video, depending on what you thought of it. And start absolute hate wars in the comments, because that's just what happens on YouTube videos, so that's fine. The more hate comments on the video, I find the more popular it gets. So hey, I'm game, whenever. Nothing too bad though. And last but not least, if you are listening on the iTunes, which you guys know is the easiest way to listen to The Harder Show, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because once you subscribe to The Harder Show on iTunes, you don't even have to think about it. Literally every single day that I upload a podcast, it will automatically be downloaded to your device of your choosing. It's easy, guys. You don't have to think about it. And while you're there, be sure to leave a little rating for The Harder Show. Obviously, I appreciate the 5-star ratings, but hey, if you hate the podcast, leave me a 1-star rating. Tell me what you don't like about it. I can take criticism. But that's going to do it for me here today, guys. Thank you guys again so much for listening in. Won't be another podcast this week, as I mentioned, because it's going to be a little crazy. So I will catch you guys next time, which will be next Thursday on the podcast. Take it easy.